Alright guys, welcome back to some more SnowRunner. That is right. Today, we are back in the Scout 800, which we have left here since episode... I want to say like 1 or 2, probably 1. And we're just going to do some exploration, because we have done a lot of transporting of nonsense, and I'm a bit fed up of that, to be honest. So, we have this watchtower to get. We also have the find the antenna tower task to do, which we're going to do as well. I think there's another task over here that we can do. And we're basically going to go until either we roll the thing and get it into a position it can't get out of, or it runs out of fuel, or it breaks down. That's my my goal anyway. Just to keep in mind, real quick at the start here, I'm using a different control scheme on the controller. Because I've added a... It's not really a mod, because it has nothing to do with SnowRunner. But it can be found on the mod.io page for SnowRunner. And that is, I've added an auto hotkey script, which allows for a cruise control of sorts. And it kind of encouraged me to change the control scheme that I'm using. And it's actually... I forgot the handbrake in this vehicle was awful. It's actually kind of better, because I was using Scheme A, and you'll notice that half of the buttons aren't actually bound to anything. But Scheme D, which is the one I'm using now, every single button actually does something. The only thing to keep in mind with this, for at least you guys watching, is I'm going to miss input constantly. Handbrake and release winch have been swapped, and winch car engine on and off used to be on X. And I'm used to X being things like enter garage. X doesn't enter the garage anymore, X is the diff lock. So, yeah. Just keep that in mind. If you see me fumbling the controls, this is why, pretty much. So, we're just gonna go along this main trail here, I think. Hopefully without rolling this top-heavy goober. There we go. So basically what the script does is if I hold D-pad up for a few seconds, it will simulate pressing and holding W. And the reason I've started using this is because I have what is probably a repetitive strain injury in my index finger, my right index finger, from holding the trigger down. And of course the trigger is the accelerator, so basically when we're just driving about, I don't have to hold the trigger down constantly, which means I don't get pain in my finger, and the back of my hand, and my wrist, and my arm, depending on how long I'm holding it for. So, you know, that's probably preferable. But yeah, we're just gonna be having a little chill exploration day in SnowRunner. We might end up doing some deliveries later, just depending how things go, if we run out of things to explore. As you guys know, I do want to get the White Western Star as soon as possible, but I don't think we're quite at that point yet. We haven't got a vehicle strong enough to recover it, unless we want to spend 5 million years doing so. Where is the watchtower? Further up, okay. I also figured it would be nice to use the Scout 800 again, because it's just been a while. We used it to get a few upgrades, and then just left it there. And it's a nice little Scout, you know? It comes with diff lock always on, which is pretty nice, actually. I would like to not go down here. There we go. I was messing around with some other mods we might want to use, and I've decided against it. See, there's me putting the handbrake on instead of releasing the winch. Because it gave access to some attachments that we shouldn't have access to on certain trucks. And all it really is it's a mod that lets you change the color, or it automatically changes the color of your attachments to match the paint scheme of your truck, which is really nice. And we may look into it again further down the line, but for now I'm going to keep things simple. The watchtower is like down over there. I want to say that we need to approach it from this side though. I'm not entirely sure. For now, let's get this. There is another task here. I think I know what this one is. We've also got a couple of trailers here. The curtain side is a... That's diff lock again. The curtain side is a contract trailer. And this is just a sideboard trailer with some metal beams on it. Yeah, by the looks of it we go there. But before we go there, let's get the antenna tower done. Also, this is a control that I now know about. If you press and hold the right stick, it briefly disables immersive mode. You can check the controls, or not the controls. I guess you can check the controls, but you can also check your fuel level, your damage, and stuff like that. If all-wheel drive and div lock are on, without having to go into the advanced mode like this. Or, not advanced mode, sorry, the functions menu, as it is called in SnowRunner. So, we really shouldn't roll on this kind of slope. But I know what the Scout is like, so I'm going to take it nice and easy. There we go. And that looks pretty flat from here on. We might not even need all wheels here. There we go. Repair the truck and lost bags discovered. I don't think we can actually activate those right now. Not that we even need to be honest. That water pool right there is death. We also do have the TranStar here that I also know that we can't get to, but that's basically free money sat there. I would like to recover it manually if possible, but I also know how much of a pain that is. Let's try and do the Michigan Trail. Or Trial? Trial. There's an old trail close. Bruh. There's an old trail and it's called Trial. I hate the language. There's one done. Excellent. Okay, that's the third one done. That isn't the handbrake. This one might be a little difficult because I do not see a clear path. Or anything even remotely looking like a clear path. If we can get up that slope, we'll be fine. But I kind of doubt it. We don't have the high range. All wheels is on. Diff lock is always on. I didn't know that was there. We're very lucky. We didn't fall over right there. Okay, let's try here. Okay, we're not gonna get past that rock, that's for sure. Come on. Maybe here? Oh, it's so slippy. We can winch up there though. How's our fuel looking? Not great. Winch to the fucking... the other one. There we go. In front. There we go. Not over here. Okay. Almost went over again. I feel like we need to be on the other side of this ridge. This is extremely unorthodox. Okay. Safety winch. That isn't where I wanted the safety winch to be. Neither there, but that works. That's the handbrake. Come on. Yes! That is not how you're meant to do that, I'm sure, but it's fine! This thing is nearly out of fuel, right? Oh yeah, okay, let's just recover this guy now. There we go. We'll put him away for now. So. The other exploration I would like to do is over here, obviously, and here. We've got 2 watchtowers there and 1 over here. I suppose we could do... I don't want to, but we can do this area first. We're gonna have to do a bit of transporting though. This is a truck I want to get, because it's extremely strong, and it will really help us on the left side of the map. The Paystar, as far as I know, I mean it's still over there. The Paystar cannot get its off-road tires until rank 11, for some reason. Yep. Cannot get those until rank 11. 5,000 XP away. And the mud tires, interestingly, they are all exactly the same grip. Even though this one is rank 15, that's rank 13, and these are rank 14. Interesting. Also, all of these mud tires are worse than those. Unless 0.1 mud grip is worth losing an entire point of dirt grip, which is kind of crazy to me. Anyway, where did I leave the maintenance guy? Did I leave him on the other map? Is he there? Why didn't I bring him? God damn it. I guess what we can do is... let's get the Fleet Star. Let's not do that. Let's put the sideboard on him. And what I want to do is I want to get consumables for materials order for the preacher's house, which is here, I believe. Yes, that's the preacher's house. Then we'll go back to Black River. And then we will get the maintenance trailer that's still over there. And then we need 2 service spare parts, which I know we can get over there, but they're on a trailer. So we might want the crane. In fact, we almost certainly will need the crane. I know we need the crane for something else over there as well. I know there's a task that we'll be able to do as well. So yeah. Ideally, I would like the AM General Civilian before we do too much. So hopefully we get the money for that. We could... I actually have an idea of how we could get the money, now that I think about it. But we'll do this first. Don't tell me we've already done this. Well, that's marginally embarrassing. I'm pretty sure we don't need either of these. In that case, I will just go to Black River and get the service trailer. Yay! Because that's concrete slabs and metal beams that's listed there, which means we've already done the consumables that I don't remember doing. I do wish that the contracts would show what's completed on the list before you start tracking it. I probably should have noticed that, mind you, but still, it would be nice. What the hell? I swear to God, the physics in this game, what did I just witness? Alright guys, I am back. I just picked up some more consumables from the farm. This time they will definitely have a use. And we're gonna start heading out towards the drilling site to begin with. And as you can see, I've got the service trailer with me, of course. I have a hopefully quite efficient plan in mind of how we're going to go about this. So, to start with, we are going to head this way because there's a watchtower over here that I'd like to get. We're going to start by completing Hungry Workers, which is what the consumables are for. Then, we're going to do more fuel. And we're going to get the fuel from the drilling site. And then we're going to go to the forester's house, which is where the fuel is needed. Then we will pick up the vehicle spare parts. It's not service spare parts, it's vehicle spare parts from the trailer that is over by the forester's house using the crane. And then we will take the service trailer and the vehicle spare parts to the logistics hub to complete winter stores. So, Hungry Workers, consumables to the drilling site, more fuel, drilling site to forester's house, winter stores, trailer to logistics base. That's the plan. And of course it remains to be seen if that actually works out or not. Okay, here's the watchtower. Let's just probably disconnect the trailer here. And yeah, sure, just roll down there, that's fine. Let's just very gently get that. Good. Log station has medium logs. This trailer has got 5 planks. Well, I know what that needs. So we can just do that at some point. There's an upgrade there, which we honestly might just avoid for now, probably. I don't really fancy detouring for that. I mean, we could, but I think it's actually an upgrade for the TranStar anyway, so not only is it completely useless, but we can't even sell it if we wanted to, so yeah. Alright guys, we have made it to the drilling site. It took a little while, but we're here, we're in one piece, and that's all that matters. So we can go ahead and deliver these consumables here. And then... come on. And then... what did we need? We needed fuel from here, if I remember right. So... there's hungry workers done. Then we're gonna get fuel. And we're gonna track this one. And that's where we're headed next. I will, however, detour for the watchtower, and I also know that there is a task. I also know that I'm, for some reason, stuck. There we go. Let's head this way if we can. Come on. Come on. There we go. I think we should actually do this task now while we're here. Because otherwise we have to come back for it. Come on. Come on. Go! Don't know why the Fleet Star has suddenly got no power. Yay. We did it. Huzzah. Sorry, I'm just really confused why the Fleet Star was struggling so much with that. Nice. Solid foundation. Unfortunately means we have to come back here. And then back up there. But what I'm hoping we can do is essentially go up here, complete and activate this, take those, go up here, round here, finish this, come back here, activate that, come back down here, pick up the slab, and then go back up here and complete that, and then maybe take this trailer back this way. It's a very long and arduous process, but it gets as much done as possible in the one area, meaning you don't have to come back here. Alright guys, we are at the forester's house with the fuel. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the maintenance trailer there, just while we see to this. Just so that you know, in case there's any difference in the quality between the last clip and this one, I have changed the recording settings on OBS because the file size for the last hour of recording was 40 gigabytes, which is crazy. So I've lowered it a little bit, and hopefully the quality won't have changed that much. I'm gonna park the trailer here on the left side, just past this pole. That isn't what I wanted the game to do, thank you very much. And then we'll unpack the cargo, we'll transfer it into the bed of the truck. We'll go back and get the maintenance trailer, or service trailer, whatever it's called. Of course, let's just refuel as much as possible. And we continue. Just to check. We are going up here, and down there. This is gonna take longer than even you would think, so I'll just see you when I get there. Alright guys, our destination is in sight, and our chances of rolling are increasing. Because, for some reason, this entire bit of the trail and everything down here is on a slope. It's like they want you to get this far and then immediately bin it. There we go. Let's just pause there for a moment. And refuel. There we go. Then let's just make sure to stick near the trees, because that's death. This bit might be dry enough to go auto. It is, good. This actually was not so bad. It was not difficult, it just took a while. And I'm glad that it's that way around. Or, I guess a better way of putting it is I'm glad that it's only one of those. It's when it's both that is a problem. Alright, last refuel before we deposit all this. So let's deliver the vehicle spare parts. And the trailer. There we go. Winter stores is done. We have a repair zone available now. So we can just pop in there and repair the truck if we want to. I am half tempted to take the trailer back this way, but I also don't know why I would even do that in the first place. That way is shorter. And to be honest, I might just leave that there. And what I'll do is I'll go and get solid foundation now. And I really should complete it while I'm over here, like I said earlier. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Okay, here's Norton's house. Here's solid foundation. We will track that. That's 400 XP as well, which will get us a rank 9. So yeah, I will do that. Alright guys, we are back at Norton's house with the concrete slab, as requested. Once again, not difficult, just took a while. So, let's go ahead and unload this. There we go, solid foundation is done. We are now rank 9. And we have 73k, so we almost have enough for the general. And like I say, I think I know how we're gonna get the funds for that, but it will have to wait until next time. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching this one. If you enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and a comment. Let me know what you think of the series so far. And I'll see you all in the next one. Talk to you guys then.